Are you a fan of Metroidvania games and are looking for the best ones to play? Then you've come to the right place. Today, I will show you the most awaited Metroidvania games that you should play if they are released. Please take note that if your favorite isn't here, it might have been released in my earlier video, which you can view by clicking the description link. Alright then, without further ado, let us get started. Lucid is an upcoming game described as a Celestardvania, which is a term coined by the solo developer Eric Manahan to represent a blend of the fast-paced, fluid action of Celeste with the exploration Metroidvania elements. The combat system includes a unique mechanic called Crystal Arts, which are abilities that can be used for both ranged and close combat attacks. These abilities are rewarded to the player at various intervals during gameplay and can be switched between during battles to achieve victory. The game has a massive overworld that players can explore, with multiple locations to visit, puzzle-filled dungeons to solve, and large bosses to defeat. Akatori is a Metroidvania action platformer with a charming pixel art aesthetic and a captivating story. The game follows the young girl Mako as she embarks on a journey to save her world from destruction by stopping an ancient god awakening ritual. The game features a unique world-switching mechanic, where the player can use the World Warp ability to switch between two parallel dimensions, unlocking new locations and areas to explore. The combat system in Akatori is centered around various combos. She can fight enemies with a quarterstaff and a hand fan, which allows her to execute melee and ranged attacks.
The danger.
Mandragora is an upcoming 2.5D side-scrolling action RPG that combines elements of Metroidvania and Souls-like games. In this game, players take on role mercenary work that sends them across the world and back, confronting the very nature of entropy. The game features brutal combat and challenging gameplay, with a varied arsenal of epic weapons to aid in the journey. Throughout the game, players are also required to make challenging decisions that have an effect on the world and its people. Overall, it has an engaging premise and compelling mix of genres. Aeterna Lucas is a Metroidvania sequel to Aeterna Noctis, with new protagonist the Queen of Light, who must stop the destruction of existence by challenging the supreme god Chaos. The game offers fast-paced combat, exploration, and an engaging story. Aeterna Lucas features an enhanced combat system, new abilities, and exclusive weapons for the Queen of Light, as well as an intuitive level design and distinct art direction. The game continues the rich storyline of the Aeterna universe, using dialogues, item descriptions, and environmental storytelling to reveal new details about the franchise's lore. Grime II is an upcoming action Metroidvania game that continues the surreal and artsy world of the original Grime. The gameplay is expected to be similar to the first game, with challenging melee combat and the ability to absorb and parry incoming attacks to defeat enemies and empower the player character. The developers may have had more time to focus on enhancing the game's mechanics and other aspects, given that the core combat mechanics were already established in the first game. Grime II has generated a lot of excitement and anticipation among players who are eager to see what new gameplay mechanics, creatures, and places the game will introduce. Ember Bane is an action platformer game that combines elements of the Metroidvania genre with dynamic elemental combat. The game is inspired by popular series like Avatar, The Last Airbender, and Devil May Cry that features a unique blend of engaging narrative, captivating environments, and dynamic combat. Players take on the role of Ophelia, a character guided by a mysterious voice on a quest for vengeance. Players can master all 4 elements to hone their skills and create their unique playstyle. The game allows for unique skill combos, supported by artifacts, to exact revenge on your journey. Mariachi Legends is an action platformer video game that blends classic arcade gameplay with Mexican culture. You play as Detective Pablo Cruz, who has been chosen by Death herself to descend into the world of Santa Mascota, a place where the dead come alive. Your mission is to clean up the city and presumably fight some dangerous criminals before the Day of the Dead. Throughout your journey, you'll encounter tarot cards, and these cards can boost your abilities or provide new modifiers, adding another layer of strategy to fight. Blade Chimera is an upcoming 2D action game that combines exploration and stylish combat. The game's set in a cyberpunk Metroidvania world with captivating pixel art visuals. Players will play as Shin, a demon hunter on a quest to regain lost memories. The gameplay incorporates elements of exploration, combat, and platforming, with the distinctive capacity to alter the past through the utilization of Shin's demon blade. A diverse array of weapons, including the luminous sword, daggers, and firearms, enrich gameplay, and skill unlocks offer further depth. Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist is a newly released dark fantasy Metroidvania game, available in early access on Steam for PC as of March 25, 2024. The game is set in a world filled with sorrow, decades after the events of Ender Lily's Quietus of the Night, and follows a young woman with the power to purify corrupted homunculi. Players can explore an interconnected world and gain new abilities to access previously unreachable areas, all while battling challenging enemies. Although currently exclusive to PC, plans for future releases on Switch, PS5, PS4, and Xbox One are underway. Deviator, a new 2D Metroidvania, has been criticized for its striking resemblance to Hollow Knight, with similarities in animations, environments, and enemy designs. Deviator's core mechanic revolves around deflecting enemy attacks. Mastering this parry system is key to not only defense, but also building momentum for powerful counteroffensives. Despite the game's potential appeal, the blatant similarities to Hollow Knight have raised suspicions and made it difficult for some to appreciate Deviator on its own merits. A Steam demo for Deviator is set to release on February 1st, offering players a chance to experience the game for themselves. Gestalt Steam and Cinder is an upcoming Metroidvania platformer game that draws inspiration from classic games of the 16 and 32-bit era. The gameplay is familiar, with easy platforming and simple combat, which might be too easy for veterans but could serve as a good entry point for newcomers. Players take on the role of Alethea, who embarks on a journey to uncover the dark truth behind the corrupt overseers of Steam City and fight for humanity's survival. The combat is characterized by its dynamic nature, offering players the chance to engage in fast-paced, skill-based action while wielding a variety of melee and ranged combat abilities. Anima Flux is a captivating co-op Metroidvania game set in a dystopian future in which players take control of two genetically enhanced soldiers on a mission to save humanity's last stronghold. The game offers unique features such as anima transfer technology, which allows players to face death without fear, and dual protagonists with distinct abilities for strategic gameplay. The dystopian setting is brought to life through hand-drawn animated cutscenes, and the gameplay mechanics encourage co-op exploration, upgrades, and Metroidvania-style backtracking. Challenging boss fights are a staple of the Metroidvania genre, so using them as climactic battles in this desolate space city setting could pit players against imposing, meaningful enemies. Nine Souls is an upcoming game that is described as a lore-rich, hand-drawn 2D action platformer featuring Sekiro-inspired deflection-focused combat, immersive storytelling, and a unique Taopunk setting. In Nine Souls, you play as a vengeful hero on a quest to slay the Nine Souls, the formidable rulers of a forsaken realm. The game emphasizes close-range combat with a focus on deflecting enemy attacks to build up energy for powerful counteroffensives. Exploration also appears to be a major component of the gameplay, as players traverse a vast world filled with secrets and challenges. Crowsworn is an upcoming Metroidvania set in Firandel, a fallen kingdom cursed by a mysterious force. The player takes on the role of a protagonist with the appearance of a plague doctor who wakes up in a coffin with amnesia. The goal is to uncover the origin of the curse by traversing the kingdom, fighting enemies, and using magical abilities known as Corvian powers. The game features a unique combat system inspired by Bloodborne and Devil May Cry, with players able to use a scythe for melee combat and two guns for ranged attacks. The Corvian powers require the expenditure of an energy called Malice, which can be replenished by attacking enemies with the scythe. Hollow Knight Silksong is a highly anticipated sequel that promises to deliver an engaging and challenging experience for fans of the original game. The game follows the journey of Hornet, who must navigate a haunted kingdom after being captured. The gameplay retains the 2D platforming and combat of its predecessor, but introduces new elements such as acrobatic movement and instant healing. The game is expected to offer a unique and challenging experience, with an emphasis on bravery and skill as players face various adversaries and uncover ancient secrets tied to Hornet's nature and past. And this game is a must-have. So that's it for today. What do you think about this list? I'm sure there are amazing Metroidvania games out there that I haven't mentioned yet. Please share which one you're most excited about in the sections below. Don't forget to like this video, and make sure you subscribe this channel if you don't want to miss another amazing list. And as always, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.